Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian Fishing Podcast. Diz, welcome aboard today's episode, number 75.
Thank you very much, Rhodey. A pleasure to be here, and good to catch up and talk a bit of fishing with you, mate.
Yeah, just crack me frothy, mate. It's always good to have a knock-off beer and talk a bit of fishing with you, Diz. We've got a big episode today. We're going to wrap up the Coast to Coast, which was a great comp. We didn't win, but we do have one of the winners on as our guest, Diz.
Yeah, we look forward to having a chat with him.
So Wil Richards, that is, from Team Unreel. He took out the grand champion in the Coast to Coast weekend just gone, and he also is a Kingston local, and we're heading down there next weekend, and I think we've pretty well locked in a bit of a little fish with him.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to go out there.
Mutual mate of ours, Goody.
Yeah, absolutely, Rhodey, be good, and they certainly did better than us, but geez, we had a good day, and we'll look forward to touching on that later out with Tice from Warner Fish Charters. It was epic.
All right, Diz, well on that, let's get into your orange and lemon.
Yeah, so definitely my orange is going to be that, we would have landed... I mean, we would have sort of probably 30 tuna would have hit the deck.
Comfortably, I reckon.
Yeah.
We were struggling not to catch tuna.
Yeah, we were. Heaps of good ones. Plenty released, obviously. A lot of healthy ones hitting the deck.
Yeah, no, they were good. They took lures. They took skirts. The daisy chain.
Oh, the daisy chain.
We're going to talk about that later on.
We are, yeah.
So we won't give too much away.
No, we
won't. It would have been 30 plus divers, skirts. Did all the damage. You didn't quite hook one on your popper, but...
Oh, yeah.
That could have been your lemon, but it wasn't.
That could have been my lemon, yeah, true.
Anyway, it was a great day out. Tyson from Want to Fish Charters. He runs an excellent business, excellent charter operation. And he showed us a bit of a sample of what a day out with him looks like.
Yeah, knows where the fish are. Did a fantastic job. Always does. Great operator. And he's got with him a couple of times now, and he's just... great fun.
He's got it figured out for someone who's only just sort of started fishing that area.
Oh, yeah,
he comes from Port Mac. He's fished down there for tuna for a lot of years, and now he's running this Want to Fish business up here for this sort of time of year when the tuna's running hot, and he certainly had it figured out, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rhodey, what was your orange, mate?
Dizzy, I had a ripping time catching good-sized tuna on a small combo.
Yeah?
Didn't you love it?
Yeah, it was good.
So we took we got a new Stratic 6000 and the Grappler PE5. So I did share a picture of the combo during the week, but it's so much fun on light gear.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not light gear. Like it could pull in a good sized fish.
Oh, yeah, no, that thing would stop a bigger tuna than what we were catching.
But it's just light in your hand, isn't it? Like it's a lightweight combo. It feels really good.
Yeah.
It's just good fun catching them on sort of smaller rods and reels than what we're used to.
I was smacking some troll so hard skirts on that thing.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah, they were going hard. It was epic.
It was funny. All the other rods were getting hit early, but that one come through with the goods second half, didn't it?
Yeah, and I felt like probably for a while, we had a diver that was doing really well.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, like
that was the pacemaker that we've had a lot of success on over the years.
But most of them were coming off that daisy chain.
Yeah.
Certainly to begin with at least, and then all the rods were going off. Anyway, all right, let's move on to the lemons, Rhodey. What's yours?
We didn't win.
Yeah, fair enough.
I wanted to win, mate.
Yeah, I think the three of us together, we were really setting some ambitious targets for ourselves.
And when we got out there and we put the skirts in, I think we pretty much had 2 fish in about the first 10 minutes of trawling.
Oh, we couldn't even get the spread out before one went off.
So we ended up, we'll just fill you all in. We shot out from Warina, which is where Tice and Want to Fish head out from. Went across Backstairs Passage, round Cape Willoughby. So we're down south of sort of Cape Willoughby, KI area.
Yep.
And it looked fishy.
Oh, it looked fishy, all
compared to any other like tuna fishing we've done around Cape Jarvis or whatever else this year. This looked like the spot. There were big schools of fish, heaps of diving birds, dolphins, the whole works.
Massive bait schools. And
Tice just said that's basically what he gets out there most days. But for us, we thought, geez, we're in here.
You also need a big boat to get out there.
Yeah, it would have been a long way in our boat.
Oh, we weren't getting out there in our boat, mate. We were tucking our tails between our legs before we got across backstairs passage, I reckon. No, it was an epic day, but yeah, you're right. Probably a bit of a sour note. Wasn't being able to quite crack the longest fish or heaviest fish.
Diz, what's your lemon?
Right, my lemon was going to be Tice did tell us that, you know, we wanted to try and stay away from any of the other boats that were reporting getting sharked. And he had said that he was getting, you know, multiple reports on most of their trips where they'd be pulling in heads only or whatever. And so my lemon is comfortably when one of our rods just started absolutely screaming.
Yeah, we thought we were onto the winning fish.
And I was like, here we go. It had a fair bit of weight, multiple good runs.
Yeah.
And then one just enormous run that basically almost spooled us.
Yeah.
And then we're sort of like, heck, we could be onto a ripping fish here. And probably 10 minutes went past and we were like, nah, I think we've been sharked here.
Well, me and Ty said that and you were still pretty adamant you were fighting a tuna and we were sort of rolling our eyes and, nah, he's on a shark here. And
anyway, we were sort of, you know what it's like when you hook up to a fish like that. You're sort of like, nah, it's definitely a shark. We know it is now, but you just never know.
Yeah, we were 95% sure it was a shark, but it could have been a 60-kilo
like,
tuna and you're winning the comp.
Oh, but we just want to know. So, you keep fighting it. We had this thing locked. We're holding the spool, trying to get it up.
All three of us had a good crack.
Tice, basically, we obviously chasing it around the place and went under the boat. Could see it on the sounder. Basically just holding it 20, 25 metres deep. Just wouldn't budge. So anyway, that was disappointing. Busted off in the end. Couldn't get that up. Would have been nice to see what it was. A couple of other boats reported sort of 6 to 8 foot bronzies.
Yep. Would have
been pushing that comfortably, I reckon.
Yeah, well, look, I think we're better fishermen than them, and we didn't have much luck getting it in.
Either a real stubborn thing. Otherwise,
yeah, no, it wasn't. We weren't getting much line off it.
Rody, let's move on, mate. That's been a pretty lengthy oranges and lemons.
Yes, Diz, it has. Now we're going to get into a little bit of a chat about our social media, Diz, and after the great response we got on our sort of summer competition, we're going to keep that rolling and we're going to keep encouraging you to send through your photos on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And we're going to share with you soon another prize pack that we're sort of going to have running throughout the rest of the year, Diz.
Yeah.
So we're going to sort of do once a month or so. We'll have a giveaway for the best photo that's been sent through in the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep, we're looking forward to it. So I guess really what we're getting at is keep sending in your photos. Keep getting out there, getting on the water, and make sure you take your camera or get a good few snaps on your phone and send them through. We love seeing it.
We do, Diz. So that's keep your eyes peeled on our social media, and we'll put up a bit of a post when we've got that up and running.
Epic, Rody, love it. All right, let's get stuck into the news, mate. We've got a bit happening.
We do,
got a bit
Diz.
to get through.
And let's start with the coast to coast. So we did mention Wil Richards, who we're chatting to in a minute. He took out the largest tuna grand champion over in the big boats category. He caught a 16.95 kilo fish as a part of Team Unreel. We won't stick on that one for long because we're going to be joined by him in a minute.
Yep.
And in the smaller boats, grand champion Mel Halliday, 13.45 kilo from Team Motley Crew. Another good fish.
Excellent fish.
And we're hoping to get her on the podcast at some point in the future too, Diz.
Yep, we can't wait. They're very, they're a good crew, that Motley bunch.
Yes, her and her husband, Mitch Halliday, they have a lot of success, those two.
Absolutely.
But anyway, Diz, there was lots of great winners. Team Random took out the largest combined tuna by a male, Jesse Vogelsang, so that's another big one to win. And Andrew Adcock, Team Middleton Mariners, won the largest combined tuna caught by a male in the smaller boats, Diz. So they've had the success over both days. Team Two Dads Fishing.
Yep.
They took out the largest combined tuna for the team.
Flacky and Steely, I would have been pretty happy with that.
And Team Fish Hunter took out the same prize in the smaller boats.
Yeah, beautiful.
But lots of winners, so jump on the Facebook page and have a look if you want the full list.
Yeah, and lots of prizes. They do a great job of that. We were there for the presentations at the Harness Club there in Victor Harbour. Good little wrap-up, couple of bevies, was a good time, had by all. Great weekend. And confirmed next year will be the 10th year running.
Yes, it will, Diz. And I suppose we should also thank Steve and Sarah Powell and all their team for the huge effort they put into organising the event. And ran very smoothly again by all reports.
Yeah, absolutely. They were I suppose they were a bit unlucky with the weather on Saturday, but I guess most boats probably got out on Sunday.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And I think that there were plenty of nerves leading in about the dirty water, but I think that sort of came good at the right time too, because it seemed like most boats were getting fish.
Yeah,
and close to Victor too.
That's right.
They weren't having to travel, whereas if the comp was 2 or 3 weeks ago, it could have been a very different story. So I think they did really well with the timing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Rody, let's move on. We've got another big news topic here.
We do, Diz. This was first sort of shared on the social media by SA Angler magazine, but it has been kicking around a little bit, and this is the talk of a buyout of the pro snapper quota.
Yeah, huge news.
It is. So this could be a real game changer. So there's a bit of a rumour floating around that the Gulf of St Vincent professional fishery, that there's maybe about, a group of operators that own about 70% of the St Vincent's Gulf snapper quota would be open to the idea of a buyout, so the government buying back their licences and potentially it becoming a rec-only fishery in the Gulf.
Yeah, amazing.
For snapper, obviously, that is.
Amazing news, and clearly this has absolutely lit up Facebook, lit up all social media channels, people talking. There's been all sorts of things thrown around. Some people are vehemently against it. Some people are absolutely loving the idea. This clearly brings back in the discussion around a fishing license and how the rec community could basically help fund it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of chatter. I'd say predominantly the excitement from the rec community has been more of what I've read about the excitement of possibly being able to fish it before the ban ends, or maybe not. But there's so much water to flow under the bridge. I guess the main thing is it's exciting to see that they'd be open to that, and maybe something might happen.
And look, I think there's, like you say, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge. I don't think anything's going to happen quickly. It may happen before the 3.5 years, but it's not going to be something that turns around and changes in the next 6 months.
Nah, nothing moves.
There's going to be a lot of negotiating about the price and the buyout and all the details.
Well, the government will need to have 15 meetings about the next 15 meetings.
But realistically, it could be a win-win, because at the moment, none of those pros can fish for snapper anyway. So if they get a buyout, they get some money out of it. They've moved on to something else over the last 3 or 4 years, not being able to fish for snapper anyway. So they've obviously found other income streams, and then they get a buyout of their snapper license, and it's obviously good for us recos. Yep.
No, I'm all about it. And there's obviously been harsh critics and people sort of slinging words around the place and all that. But I guess this is the first of a lot more to come probably in this space. It'll be good to start hearing from some, I guess it'll be good to start to see some more stuff come out from the peak bodies as this progresses, because this stuff's being discussed behind closed doors with government. Recfish will be close to the action on this one, no doubt. And once we start to get some messaging from them, as it becomes clear from them, we're going to be looking forward to being able to communicate some of that with you all out there.
Yes, Diz. Well, I think this could be one of those things that we come back to week in, week out.
Yeah, we've been talking about the snapper closure for that long. The
floods,
the license, but the license comes up basically every second episode.
Yeah.
This is going to be something that's going to come up very frequently as well. Rody, let's move on from that, because I think we've covered everything there is to cover there so far.
Just when I mentioned our next news item, I did just mention we've been talking about the floods forever, but I'm going to keep talking about the floods. And the River Murray Flood Emergency Declaration has ended after more than 2 months. Most restrictions are eased, not all, but it is a great step in the right direction. This was sort of a quote here from, what's the fella's name? Police Commissioner Grant Stevens, that's who it's from. He said it's a big, significant development, and they're now expecting the flow of the river is now down to about 50 gigalitres a day, which is down from 180 gigalitres a day from Christmas time.
Great news.
And the declaration's been in place from November 21. And those rules are going to sort of keep changing and moving, so I'm not going to read through them all, but I think there is still a ban on towing and water skiing and things, but generally fishing's allowed from what I can read.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. All right, Brody, let's move on. We're hearing some reports of some false advertising coming out of some fish and chip shops.
Yeah, this is it's been floating around for a little bit, but it's a University of Adelaide, sorry, is that the one I just said? It's a study, and they've looked at flake fillets sold at South Australian fish and chip shops, and they've looked at more than 100 retailers across Adelaide and regional SA, and they've said only 27% of all samples were identified as gummy shark, which is a species that has a sustainable population and is one of only 2 species that is recommended to be labelled as flake in Australia. The study found 4 threatened species such as the short-fin mako shark, smooth hammerhead shark were also being sold as flake.
Goodness me. It's interesting, isn't it?
And
1 in 4 is not a lot.
That's not great. A total of 9 different types of species were identified in the study, including some which are not found in Australian waters.
Oh, there you go. That's even worse.
There's plenty of gummy shark around. Let's go catch that, guys.
Yeah.
And only 1 in 10 retailers could correctly identify the type of fish being sold, while 20% were mislabelled.
Goodness me.
So it's not a great rap for the fish and chip shop industry, is it?
No, it's not. But they're still going to be selling it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well,
if you're going down the beach, of course you're getting fish and chips, mate. Seriously.
I'll be getting a burger, mate. Nothing but whiting here. I lie. I've got some flake in the fridge, but I'm not buying it. I'm one of those real arrogant fishermen that just refuses to buy fish from anyone else.
Of course you do. Right, Roddy, let's move on. We've got another story coming out of Edithburgh. There's an underwater camera there off the jetty.
Yeah, the Australian Ocean Laboratory project, supported by the SA Water Community Partnerships Program, has installed an underwater camera underwater at the Edithburgh jetty, providing real-time vision of the reef and marine life. So I suppose, look, probably there more for snorkelers and scuba divers, would you say?
I'd say so, yeah.
But the way I can see it being used is it wouldn't be bad to check like the water quality and things like that.
Yeah, true.
If you're going to go out squidding on that side of the peninsula and you think, I'll just jump on and see what the water's looking like. Is it dirty? Is it clear? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And look, I can see myself sort of getting bored one day and just putting it on in the background, just having a look.
I can definitely see you doing that, mate.
But it's probably more of an interest thing than actually really we're going to make that much of it.
Yeah, no, that's right. But, interesting footage nonetheless.
All right, Diz. Next one is a survey that's currently ongoing through the yoursay.gov website. And this is about asking South Australians for their opinions on the introduction of new speed limits for beaches across South Australia. And that has a big impact on, people wanting to fish on any of the beaches across the state. They're obviously going to be big users of it. And some of the options that they've given are a default beach speed limit for 40 Ks, a default beach speed limit for 25 Ks, or a combination. So you have to drop down, to 25 Ks when you're passing or within 100 metres of pedestrian, or the other option is to keep as is currently.
Yeah.
And look, we're big on safety.
Yeah.
But is there also a school of thought if you drop the speed limit too much, everyone's going to get bogged?
Oh, yeah.
Did you think about that?
No, I didn't.
Well, that's my theory anyway. If you can't, you've got to get a bit of speed up on some of those, softer bits.
Yeah, okay. I see where you come from. Maybe don't buy a bog lux.
Yeah, well, that was you that bought that thing, mate. So I'm not the bog king.
Oh, dear, too funny.
Anyway, if you are a beach fisherman and you want to have your say, jump on. Right. Or if you like going down Goor and collecting cockles.
Yeah, true that.
Because that's probably the number one beach that cops the attention.
People still won't follow it there, mate. Most people do 100 clicks down there if they can.
Anyway, Diz, let's keep moving.
Yeah, this is a good news story, this one. So there has been recognition basically now that fishing is an active recreation, and so that opens up a whole bunch of funding available to a number of fishing clubs across the state, which is fantastic news. There's some people out there that are doing some amazing work. Not the least, Lee Van Soest, who is will be very happy and is very happy to hear this news, Rhodey.
Yep, she certainly is, Diz. She's been a great person in the push for this.
Yeah, and a great advocate for what good fishing can do, I think. I mean, we love the Reeling in Junior Anglers program. We've had a number of those juniors reach out to us and send us photos in our comps and all sorts of things, which has been great. And it's excellent to see that some of those clubs and programs can get the funding that they deserve to be able to drive some initiatives for the recreational community. So we love that. Well, I mean, so there's basically been 1.2 million announced, hasn't there?
Yeah, so obviously the Active Clubs program.
Yeah, and so those clubs will be eligible to receive grants of up to $3,000.
And applications close Wednesday, the 15th of March, 2023.
Yeah, you want to get in. They do rounds of funding like this this is not uncommon, but you'll basically need to make your submission by that stage, and they'll tell you whether the funds have become available for you.
And this is, it's great that we finally got fishing classified as, eligible for this funding. So good on everyone involved.
We look forward probably to seeing now what some of these clubs come up with in terms of how they're going to use the funding, because there'll be lots of ideas that have been bubbling away in the background that they'll have the opportunity to put their best foot forward now. So we look forward to seeing that, Rody.
So, yeah, we'll keep you up to date with what's to come of that money.
Beautiful. All right, Rody, that's been a good little news segment. Let's get on to our guest now, Wil Richards. Let's get him on the line.
All right, dears, we are very lucky to be joined by the winning champion angler in the Coast to Coast, Wil from Team Unreel. Welcome to the show, Wil.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me.
Wil, you're an absolute legend, mate. We know you took out the Coast to Coast tournament just on the weekend gone, and we're looking forward to having a chat about that and finding out a few of your secrets, because you certainly did better than us. But before we get into that, mate, we're going to go through our 5 questions we ask all of our guests. So tell us about your best fish.
The best fish we probably caught, our 148.8 kilo bluefin out of the local area. That was a pretty special fish.
Oh, yeah, that's a good barrel there, Wil. You're going to have to tell us the story, mate.
Yeah, no, so it was back in about 2015, 16-ish. We just got the boat, the Surtees, the new boat, and it's the only year they've been through the barrels through our area, and we had all the fishers down from Adelaide and stuff, and there was red bait and humpbacks and all sorts sort of busting up out there, and we had a fight with one for 5 hours.
Oh.
We didn't really know what we were doing, more so than it was a real big fish. We were finding under the boat, 3 men on the rod. I remember being underneath it. We're trying to rip this thing up from the depth. And, had that. And, I think we fought it to dark and, it wrapped around the cleat and busted it off. So first attempt was a bit, hey, we sort of went out there, guns blazing, no plans.
Yeah.
But we went back to the drawing board, watched a few YouTube videos and stuff, and come out and we're lucky enough to hook up to this one, the crack of day, and we just learnt to sort of drive away from them, bring them up, and it took us an hour and a half, and we got this big fish in. Couldn't believe the size of it.
Oh mate, that's epic! And how's the bloody timing on you getting a new boat just when that happens?
Oh that was unbelievable. Yeah, first year sort of me and Dad started doing our thing, so.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Love it. All right, mate. Tell us your favourite thing about fishing.
Favourite thing, I love spending time with my old man. That's a pretty big one.
Yep.
Like we do heaps out there together. So that's good. And just love seeing what you're like this. Oh, it's just, you see different stuff every time you're out there. It's just, we've seen all sorts like whales and dolphins. We even sort of saw a blue whale one time.
Wow.
Just love being out there. It's good for the mental health, I think, as well. I reckon get away.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Yes, no, it's a common answer, that sort of thing, Wil. Now, tell us your first fishing memory or what got you into it.
I honestly couldn't remember my first fishing memory. Sort of been fishing ever since I was real young, straight out in the boat. So probably gar fishing or something like that. As a little fella. Out in the boat.
Bit of a bread and butter special.
Yeah, a little, throwing out a few gents and stuff out the back there.
Beautiful, mate. And it was with the old man, no doubt, that got you into it?
Yeah, 100%. brainwashed me into fishing and brainwashed me into following the Maggies in the footy. So
Yeah,
set me up well.
Love that. All right, mate. What's your favourite sort of fishing and why? Is it getting out wide into the wide ocean?
At the moment, it's probably going to be sight casting Kingston long in the local area. It's sort of, that's been a bit of a story as well because, when we first started, it wasn't really a thing in Kingston. And, we found some rat kings one day. We said, we got to come back and try to catch these. And, we come back a few micro jigs and, got our first rats like years ago. And from there, it just seems to be increasing every year. And now we're like sight casting poppers and stuff onto them. And, it's unreal. We love it.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, we've checked out your social media, and there's plenty of good-sized kings, and we are also heading down your way next weekend. So we'll be hoping the weather plays the game and we get into them.
Yeah, bloody flat calm, hopefully.
Beautiful. All right, Will, tell us your funniest fishing story, or tell us about the one that got away.
Got a sort of short, funny story, I suppose. The old man, he works in the Roadhouse down there, so he's always chatting to customers and telling them and getting more and more fishing friends. And one day we're coming in from dabbing in the tinny, and just pulled up on the marina there, and he was chatting away to some new bloke he's met, who's a good mate of ours now, and he's chatting away, and the boat's just sort of drifting out a bit, and he's put one leg over and missed the whole deck. And he's still chatting on the way in. And I reckon he was still talking to his head at the water, I reckon.
Was it keys in the pocket, phone in the pocket, the whole works?
Oh, I think you had a phone in the pocket or something, yeah. Oh, but it's bloody funny.
Oh, that's epic. Nothing like somebody falling out of it. Actually, can I just dovetail into a funny fishing story of ours? We were out fishing for some snapper, real calm water, and
it was one of those like last minute decisions. You're eating dinner on a hot summer's night about 7 and the sun's setting.
Shut up! You're trying to hijack this story. And Rhodey was busting for a leak, and so he's got up, and it was bitterly cold. It was the middle of winter, back when you could fish for snapper. So we're going back a few years. Anyway, a little bit of a waves come past. Nothing. We weren't out wide or anything. Little bit of a waves just knocked him off the back. And his headlamp's just like a porpoising dolphin. Like, and he's come back on the boat, hypothermic. It was nasty gear. Anyway, that was a good story too. All right, let's move on from that. That was we shouldn't have taken Will's. Will, we're interested for the coast to coast, mate. Tell us about it. You had a good weekend.
Yeah, no, it's good. This is our third year in it. Started first year was 2020. And then, we missed the year, injured myself like a couple of days before the comp, so we missed that one. I think that one was blown out anyway, so that was all right. And then, we've been the last 2 years, and, we've been having some success, so it's good.
Yeah, now tell us about your team, who's in it, where'd you stay, tell us about the weekend. You come up from Kingston.
So the team this year was me, my old man, and a mate of mine, Hagen Wright.
Yeah.
And, we just stayed in an Airbnb there. And, we got a pretty big family. So we had 3 boats in it this year.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Unreal, Arc, and Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's so Dad's got 2 brothers and you're both in either boat. And then, a cousin of mine who, we grew up together and stuff, he's in one of the other boats. So, there's a bit of competitiveness about it. And, we're all sitting around the first night, a bit of chat, bit of carry on. Having a look at Willie Weather, and it was in the blue, so it wasn't looking. Yeah,
it wasn't looking good for the Saturday, that's for sure.
No, but a couple beers and stuff, and it was a bit like, there's no fishing close from what we've heard, so we're gonna have to go long.
Yeah.
And then everyone sort of piled on with that idea, and we're all going. Yeah, no, I'm still going long. I'm going long. So we wake up real early in the morning. And, we're off. And I think, we headed out. We went out to Saunders the first day, and it was a little bit hairy.
I can imagine it would have been very hairy out there, mate.
So we had us 3 out there, and we sort of, we got out. It wasn't too bad on the way out. It was just went slow and made our way out. But, come around that corner, it was a bit of a wake-up call because it wasn't too bad for the first 10 Ks, but got just about blown out the back of the boat. And then, so we got out there, fished for about an hour or so, and sort of just pulled the safety pin on day one, really. And yeah, just
did you get any fish on while you're out there?
We got a couple, but nothing really a size.
Yeah,
I think we only got 9 and an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't. Yeah, nothing a size the first day. We just sort of and we made our way back, and it was a bit hairy day one. We probably should have eased up, eased up and fished a bit closer, which led into the next day. We sort of we're pretty knocked around from that first day. And we woke up and I had a look, and it's still pretty windy, and I was like, we're not going too far again. And we're having a bit of a think, and we're thinking, the tuna's a bit late this year. Maybe it's all sort of cleared up from that Murray River water and stuff. And so we got up and had bacon and eggs, which was nice, and then cruised out, and 6.8 k's out from the boat ramp, we hook onto our first fish. So it was a very different day, polar opposite day.
Sounds beautiful, having a nice little feed of bacon and eggs and doing the gentleman's hour. It sounds like the way to do it.
A lot better idea, I reckon.
And tell us about the winning fish. We talking a skirt, diver? Tell us the story.
Yeah, so it was actually a pusher skirt. Yeah, just out the side. SA bait pusher skirt, so nothing too technical.
Yeah, righto.
But we got a few 13s and stuff before that. But definitely nothing too technical about it. But main thing is sort of just fishing just hitting as many schools as possible, and probably from my experience, not that I'm any sort of expert or anything, but just I like to keep away from the real big smash ups. I seem to find that the fish in there are a little bit, you seem to get a lot more smaller ones, whereas if you get out and like second day it was a little bit clearer, I could sort of spot some black patches in the water and stuff like that. So I'd hit them when there's no birds, and that seemed to be where we got the most success.
Yeah, epic, mate.
We managed to pull that 16.95 one in. That was good.
We were running the same theory, but obviously not as well as you did. We were trying to stay away from the schools too, but it didn't work for us.
Well, we were lucky enough to be out with Tyson, the man behind Wanderfish Charters. Our problem is we could hardly get to any of the bust ups. We just hooked to school every time we hooked to fish every time we put them in. Every time we were dropping them back in.
Yeah, there's definitely no shortage of fish out there.
No, it was a great weekend as always. It's good to hear you guys keep coming back year on year. We'll have to, might have to pick their brains next year, Rody, and we'll get a few hot tips before the comp.
We might follow them out, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll do a few zigzags.
That's it. All right, lovely, mate. Well done. Well done again for taking it out. We love your work. Tell us a bit about the fishing that you get up to at home down at Kingston.
Yeah, so down home, there's heaps going on down home at the moment. Like whiting are really firing. If you're into your crayfishing, that's always going real well. So there's that. But a lot of the stuff we do in the boat, we'll go out deep and hit just sort of nannies and blue mulloway and stuff like that. That's always a favourite of ours every now and then.
And we're coming down next weekend with a mutual mate of ours, Goody. Can you tell us what the plan of attack is?
I think the plan of attack, weather permitting, we'll go long and try to sight cast some kings, I reckon.
Oh yeah. No, we're very happy with that plan.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of to keep entertained between kings. We'll hopefully hit some of the big salmon schools that are down there. There's thousands thick down there, so I don't know if you're into that sort of stuff on the plastics, but that can be a bit of fun.
Lovely, mate. Yeah, we're all about it. Anything to get a bit of pulling the string, and we'll love it, mate. It'll be great. We haven't done too much fishing down there, have we, Roddy?
No, we've taken the boat out at Robe a couple of times, but I've never launched at Kingston. Maybe Cape Jaffa once.
Yeah.
But not a lot. So it'll be good. Good to get out in some new water.
Yeah, no, bloody oath. I'm looking forward to it.
Righto, mate. You do very well on your Facebook page. You mentioned the old man's got the Roadhouse there, so that's comfortably the best roadhouse and petrol station stop off in Kingston, surely.
It's got to be, yeah, I reckon.
You wouldn't, buddy. You wouldn't go on the other side of the road.
No, you wouldn't be that silly.
And tell us, he's got a good Facebook page for the servo. Can you tell us about that? He just puts up a lot of pictures of catches people bring in. Is that right?
Yeah. So a lot of times we've got scales around the side, so people bring in their Mulloway, and whatever else they want to weigh, and everyone likes coming in there and having a chat with Dad, seeing where the fish are, and he'll show you a bit of the gear. He's got plenty of tackle and stuff in there now. He's really loaded up.
So it started off as a servo, and he's slowly morphing it into a tackle shop by the sounds.
Pretty well, yeah. He's just about needs to extend the building, I reckon.
Yeah, and so you weigh the Mulloway. They from up at the Granites. Is that where most people target them down there?
Yeah, Granites and up to Salt Creek and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you do much of that yourself?
42. I haven't done a lot.
Yeah.
Most of the time out in the boat. I haven't actually caught a decent one. Only soapies for me. So, hopefully do a few sort of overnighters in the boat and maybe try to catch one that way, I'm thinking.
Too many hours sitting around. You just want the action of a big king.
Yeah, that's it. Too impatient.
And what about the king? What's the PB size?
So our PB, probably the most recent one, was 110, and it would have been close to 18, 19 kilo maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's a good fish.
Yeah,
Love it off the top too.
Yeah, getting bigger every year, so it's good. Yeah, love it. Definitely been zinged into the reef. It's pretty reefy down there, so you got to get stuck in.
Love that. All right, this is getting me amped for next weekend. Can't come soon enough. Mate, tell us about it. There was the Kingston surf fishing comp was recently down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah, good results. People get a good, plenty of fish.
I don't think there were too many Mulloway caught this year. Like, it was real low single digits. So hopefully that improves. I think, it was a real good year last year. So probably to do with the Murray River and stuff. There's plenty of shark caught and stuff like that. But
wasn't the story some bloke caught a good size one like 10 minutes before the comp opened or something?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Someone
got a real nice, real big one before. I think it was, 120 centimetres or something like that. I could be wrong. But it was a nice fish, It would have won the comp,
Beautiful. And before we let you go, Will, we've got to ask you, if you've got any plans to enter any more comps coming up? You're going to ride on the wave of your success and go to Warina or do any of those others, or you're happy to just win one for the year?
Yeah, well, we'll have to keep an eye on it, I suppose. Warina's next weekend, so...
Actually, no, don't enter that. I forgot that was the same weekend. Whoops.
I
almost talked our way out of a fishing trip there, Diz.
Change of plans, boys. We're going to Arena.
We'll keep an eye on it. Dad was talking about getting up the top end and do some bill fishing or something, but I don't think we're quite equipped for that. But no, we'll not at this stage.
Nah, fair enough. Well, you've won one, and that's one more than we've won, mate. So you're doing all right.
Yeah. Thanks, boys.
All right, Will. Now, where can our listeners find you? Tell us about your social media. You spread yourself apart across all the different platforms, and you share lots of great photos and videos. So where can we find you?
So I've got a handful of different social medias. I'm just WD Richards on Instagram. Unreel on YouTube. We've got a little fishing YouTube channel that I put on there every now and then we've got an Unreel TikTok, but check that out if you want.
I'm not on TikTok, mate, but I might have to join just to see these kingfish.
Yeah. Jump on there. Bugger it.
Love it, mate. All right, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for giving us your time, and we're really looking forward to getting out on the water with you next weekend.
No worries. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Great to have a chat with Wil Roadie. We're looking forward to getting out with him next weekend. Let's get into the report now, because there's a bit to get through here, Roadie.
There is, Diz. We're going to. We did mention just before, a bit earlier on in the show, that the Victor tuna seemed to have appeared.
Yeah,
just in time for the comp.
But that's a tightly kept secret, that, isn't it?
Depends who you ask, I suppose.
No, but in a more serious note, most of the tuna are being caught metro.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it?
Well, the O'Sully's boat ramp wouldn't have been getting a workout like this for years.
I was talking a big game ago on Sunday, but the amount of media speculation, it was in the Advertiser or something. It's been all over social media.
Story on it.
There's going to be so many boats there, I reckon.
And I think for the few stories that you hear of people getting them, there'll be that many boats out there running over schools.
Yeah.
It'll just be absolute mayhem out there.
And I'm going to...
Especially with the weather the way it's looking.
Yeah, Sunday looks good, doesn't it? But, so plenty have been getting them. Plenty haven't been getting them too. And I think some of the maybe some of the reason for that is they've been going too big with their lures.
Possibly too big with their lures, and probably also just, and I mean, this is clearly no disrespect, but a lot of those boats just wouldn't have been fishing these waters before. They wouldn't have done it before, so they're still getting the hang of things. They might not have their gear set up right. They might not know what they're doing when they're chasing these tuna, and there is some very helpful comments and posts, and we'll get into that because you do want to be chasing those tuna metro with really small slugs.
Yeah, you got to match the hatch diz, so they're small bait fish, so yeah, you need a small lure, don't you?
You do, and there's a lot of discussion about making sure that if you are using those little metal slugs, you want to upgrade the split rings, you want to put yourself a nice little single on there, those sorts of things, just to make sure that when you do hook them, you can get them to the boat.
Yeah, and look, they're only 20 or 30 gram little metal lures. Those Halco twisties, I've seen people getting them. There's different lures that are doing the damage, but they're simple lures.
Yeah.
And we should also say the smaller skirts from Troll So Hard have been in the action as well.
Yeah, I mean, skirts are always really good to target them. They love that sort of stuff. And if you, I mean, especially if you're launching at O'Sully's, there's a bloody good tackle shop just down there.
Just give him a plug.
Yeah,
Where can we find him?
You go see the guru, mate. You go see the guru himself down at How's Your Tackle.
And Dan, the guru, did pretty well on the Tuna Comp too himself, didn't he?
Yeah, they had a couple of
footy
teams
club
from
teams,
the
wasn't it?
Happy Valley the Vikings.
And they all got fish, I think.
They did. They all got fish. They got out. I think they launched at Renner and sort of on Saturday and got blown off the water. It was looking pretty nasty.
Yeah.
They put a video up, those two boats. It was hairy.
Yeah.
But no, they did well. They got onto some fish and they looked like they had a good time.
So back onto the Metro tuna. So small lures, metal slugs, or the smaller skirts. Make sure you are, going around the schools, not over them. If you haven't done this a lot, there are a lot of small tinnies and stuff. So you got to be hot on your safety too.
They're out off Brighton, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, Glenelg Jetty. There's legitimately straight off the end of Glenelg Jetty, someone was saying.
Yeah. They're all along those metro.
And I think as far up as North Haven. I think the tackle shop there started stocking tuna gear.
Yeah.
So they're all the way along.
Very interesting to see how this stuff turns, like what next year's season's.
Well, that's the talk because people have been originally saying that it's the dirty water driving them up the Gulf, but then other people are sort of disputing that and said 30, 40 years ago they were here.
Yeah.
So is this just going back to normality?
Well, yeah, normality or, like you say, maybe it's just the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. They are a very tightly protected species these days, so numbers have bounced back.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, good. So, we've done a bit of a wrap-up with Will of where the tuna have been. They've obviously covered some miles out to Saunders, and we can confidently tell you there's a few nipping about out near Cape Willoughby.
Yep, they're out there. Didn't really see any around Backstairs Passage.
No, we didn't. But mind you, we were going through there and it was pretty dark.
Yeah. Anyway, so they are, in close around Victor, otherwise around KI, all the metro beaches would be your sort of go-to for your tuna this year, Diz.
Yep, absolutely.
What about the Kings?
Yeah, still, Hazy's been doing well on them.
He has. He nails them. But plenty of other boats are doing well too.
Yeah, it's still out there. It's no secret where they are now. A lot of people launching from the Cape when the weather's been playing the game, but that's another one of those places that you don't want to go there with a small boat if the weather's not playing the game right. So, plenty of kings being caught. They're always ripping fun. Again, you probably want to try and match the hatch, not using massive lures, but jigging for them out there is ripping fun. And we're looking forward to hopefully being able to bring you some Kingy news next weekend after we go down to the Southeast Roadie. Yeah,
that's the plan. And if Will's effort in the tuna comp's anything to go by, we should be in luck.
Absolutely. I just can't wait to see Goody navigate his way around a rod. I hope he gets onto an absolute stonker of a king or something, and he's got a bit of farm strength about him though. Yeah, he'll be all right, mate. Back him in. And some of your bread and butter species, yellowfin whiting, we've had a few people send through photos. Plenty of them nipping about. Squid always on the bite. Dad got a good feed of whiting over on Yorks last weekend with Uncle Mike. They got out on the boat and got a bit of a feed. Got some blue swimmer crabs too. Did they? Yeah. We're going over to Yorks in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. And we're hoping the fish are there. We're definitely hoping that the blue swimmer crabs are there because they weren't last time. Yeah. Absolutely, mate. We can't wait to get onto them. All right, Roddy, that's a good little report for the listeners out there.
Certainly is, Diz. Let's keep it moving and let's get into our tackle item of the week, Diz.
Well, I mean, it'd be silly of us not to talk about this tackle item because it is, of course, the daisy chain from Troll So Hard.
Yeah, it is, Diz, and it did the damage, particularly early in the morning on the Tuna Comp day.
That daisy chain, so we had that on one of Tice's rods, had a nice sort of longer rod that's got it out there. Lovely setup he's got, but that daisy chain was doing the damage. We couldn't miss on that thing.
No, it probably cooked the first 3 or 4 fish in a row, didn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, we had a bit of a mishap at the end of the day. Busted it off.
Yeah, I think we got sharks on that one too, unfortunately.
But good thing that Flacky behind Troll So Hard still making him. He does a wonderful job. We've heard it that he's absolutely flat stick. Clearly busy leading up to the comp and this time of year. But hit him up on Facebook, send him a message. He's got his website up and running now. Those daisy chains are epic. You want to have them. You want to have a spreader bar as well if you're chasing them quite seriously. We've got one of them, which is always good. Roddy?
But yeah, I suppose the daisy chain is just a good option if you don't have the the space, I suppose, for a spreader bar, or you just
a bit of a different option.
Mix it up a bit.
Yep. No, absolutely.
And mate. where do you hit him up, Diz? Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah. Yep. No,
he's got the website up and running now. Troll So Hard, tshlures.com.au, I think it is, or Google it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Probably safer to Google it.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Very good. All right, mate. Good episode. Where can the listeners find us?
Dizzy, we're on your Spotify, we're on your Apple Podcasts, all the big providers. Hit us up on your Instagram and your Facebook with all your fishing photos, and we'll put you into our new competition that we're just about to launch.
Can't wait, Rody. Love it. Good to catch up with you and talk a bit of fishing, mate.
And thanks to Wil for coming on.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.